Hello.
Oh,
Woo!
It is Thursday, and I'm in air conditioning.
is it real hot down there?
Holy crap. I
Yeah,
saw
it's brutal.
something that said that we had our all-time highest heat index ever recorded
Yep,
on
yesterday.
was it Tuesday? Oh, yesterday.
Damn.
Yesterday. 118.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
And Josh and I have been working in a non-air-conditioned sweat box.
It's probably 125 in there.
Oh, dude,
Probably hotter than that.
up in the ceiling, like when I was doing the lights
Oh
up
my
there,
gosh.
I'm not even kidding. When I would raise the scissor jack or scissor lift, whatever, get up there, just instantly, just profusely sweating. And like I'd be up there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and I would sweat so hard that I couldn't grab things because my hands were just sweat. I know that's super gross, and I'm sure all of you really wanted those details, but it was quite an experience. I mean, it's
Shit. So
gnarly.
Austin winters are getting colder, summers are getting hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah, the weather here sucks, admittedly.
Yeah.
Even my
pretty much.
pool is 94 degrees. Like the water's
Oh, the pool.
the water's a hot tub.
I haven't checked the pool water. By the way,
Yes, I'm glad not to
I'm
be
on
there now.
daddy duty, so if
Ah.
if my phone goes off, I may have to like run and rescue the kiddo. But Megan's working right now. Oh yeah, my pool's 91 degrees.
Yeah.
That's
Super fun.
Wow.
awesome. Whew. Well, beer. Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's so hot that what I've been doing is I'll get there at like 8 a.m. and I'll work until about 3 or 4, sometimes 5, but usually 3 or 4. And I just work straight through lunch because like I just want to leave early.
Yeah, there's no reason to stop.
No reason, just keep going, just keep going. And then I'll get home and I bring about 2 gallons of water, and basically I work until my water's gone. And then once the water's gone, I'm like, we're done. Like
Good
no
way to do
more.
it.
I've just been filling this big, huge thing up and just.
Oh,
Brutal.
No, I go through.
Today.
I bring 2 of these, and then I have a big thing that's I don't know how many. It's probably at least a gallon, and I fill that up, all of them with ice water, and then once all that's gone, I'm like, all right, time to go home.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people from work were like, "You're gonna come out to Cars and Coffee on last Sunday?" And I was like, "No, I'm not a masochist."
No.
I love how Cars and Coffee starts back up as soon as it's unbearably hot.
Yeah. We had like the
No thanks.
most awesome May ever, and they're like, nah, let's wait until it's 106.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Well,
Yeah, that's very true, Cheryl.
yeah, seriously, yeah. Well, the shop is progressing. We have the entire skeleton is framed out.
Nice.
So I believe he starts putting, as he said, putting the tin on next week.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do they have to knock down one of the walls between where the
Yeah, well, they're gonna remove the 2 sidewalls, just the skin,
yeah.
and only like 3/4 of it, because the rear section we're leaving in place. That's where like the bathroom and the office and the kitchen are. So you might as well leave that wall there because.
But on the sides that you're extending it, those exterior walls are coming down, or
So
I haven't.
there will be. So they stubbed out framing around the entire perimeter of the building, right?
I saw that. Yep.
So all of that will be enclosed. There'll be 2 new doors.
Yep.
2 10x10 doors. We're taking the 2 doors that are currently on the interior sides, relocating those to the back,
Mm-hmm.
and then the wall that those side doors were on
Mm-hmm.
are going to be removed.
Okay.
So it's going to be one big open space.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's
But
gonna be
the
cool.
only crappy part is there's like an elevation difference between the 2 sections. So we're gonna have to like paint some like like do not sue us stripes on.
Yeah,
Yellow. Yeah.
tripping hazard.
Yeah, tripping hazard.
How much is it? Is it like a clear cutoff, like an inch, like a step, or is it?
It's
One
probably
side's
like
probably
2 inches.
yeah,
Wow.
one side's probably 2 inches. The other side's only maybe an inch.
I guess
Less than an
driving the cars up, you may have to be careful, right?
Yep.
You probably, and we're kind of designing it where you shouldn't have to. So it's
Okay.
going to be kind of like 3 sections of the building, right? So you're, well, 4. So you're going to have, looking at the building, the far right is going to be where the lifts are going to be, and that's where we're going to work on cars, right? The middle section, which is currently where it's enclosed, is going to be like the showroom. Then the left side is going to be divided in 2. It's going to be like a wash bay and detailing bay, and then just parking, like storage.
Nice.
And then, of course, then we have like the kitchen, the office, the bathroom, and then up above there's like a loft. There's no date for grand opening, but I'm gonna guess maybe like last week of July, first week of August.
I think that's optimistic.
Well, no, I mean, they're
Gotta
doing
be
I mean,
optimistic, Josh.
To have it operational, sure, but to have like an opening, I want to have it all done completely.
Well,
done.
yeah.
well, it's never gonna be all done, but like what
Well-
degree? Like, I don't think we need to have the kitchen completely done.
Well, you can't have a kegger without a kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, we just got a refrigerator today.
Hey, there you go.
That was
Step-
a seven.
step
That'll be
one.
my next project when I'm done with the office is I'll do the kitchen.
Nice.
We should do those walls too. Although no, actually, wait till they paint
What walls?
the rear
Oh,
wall.
the wood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We definitely need to do that.
Wait until they paint.
Yeah.
I think we should wait for them.
Are
to
we just
paint.
going to leave it, the insulation painted and not do the metal on the walls?
Wait? What?
Remember we had talked about putting the metal over the
Spray
walls after
Oh,
we do the
oh.
installation? Yeah.
I think he just leave it for now. We can always do that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
What kind of floors? We're doing polyaspartic floors. So it's like epoxy on steroids. It's
Yeah.
epoxy, but much more durable.
Yeah.
At
Not
the-
turn yellow from rubber.
Yeah. At the moment, we're not planning any windows, but we probably will eventually.
I think we should probably put one in the front.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care about the windows. Josh is all like, "We should have a window." I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to have windows really up high to let in light, but not like too much heat.
Yeah,
Just
but
I think the
Oh.
shop has to with the shop side has to have a window or two. You want some light, some natural light coming in while you're working on shit. Be able to see how nice it is outside.
Yeah.
See
I
what
don't
you're
know.
missing?
I don't like having natural light for filming reasons.
No, Dan
Yeah.
wants you focused in there
Put
like a
some
casino.
blinds on
No,
it.
no light into the
What's the
outside
blinds
world.
if we don't film?
Yeah, I guess.
There's plenty of places to film in that building.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Nice. So when does the spray foam go in?
I have on my calendar. The spray foam. Interesting enough, one of our Ferrari friends, his dad owns a spray foam company,
Nice.
and he texted me. He's like, "Hey, would you want a spray foam quote from my dad?" I'm like, "Sure." So he came out, really nice guy. His quote was like slightly more competitive than the other ones, but I like him, so I was like, "Okay."
Nice.
So
like it.
currently, where are we? Okay, they're supposed to be finishing up the tin. Like, we're supposed to have it enclosed next week, but we won't have the garage doors yet. They're not going to be totally in there. The installation is being done the week of the 3rd, so
Nice.
that should be done hopefully by the 7th, and then the floors go in from the 18th through the 20th.
Perfect.
I like it.
Whoop. Normal guy garage improvement. Thank you. Wood beams. I mean, it's a metal building.
I mean, also send a $10,000 super chat, and so they can afford
yeah,
that.
exactly.
They're adding a ton of the the anti-slip stuff. Yeah. I don't know that it's been really that stressful. Actually, it's been kind of nice. Like, the only thing that's been stressful to me is I haven't had any content to film,
Mm.
and so I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I haven't been publishing videos hardly at all because I'm like, I don't want to like bore everyone with like filming the hell out of this garage project or the shop project, but it's like it consumes all of my time. I mean, between that and now that Josh and I are helping out EAG, I mean,
That's been a time suck recently.
Oh, I bet.
yeah, especially at first, it's like
Mhm.
we're having to unball the rat's nest.
Yeah.
So it's been brutal. Yeah. That was not my kid. Good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
We're getting there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are making good progress, all things considered.
Yeah. They're
It's
supposed
nice
to be
not having a date that like we have to meet because then we're not too stressed about it.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
suck not having a place to work out of, but we're getting there.
Yeah, they're supposed to deliver the ACs tomorrow. So there's 5 mini splits being dropped off tomorrow.
Nice.
5 condensers.
5.
Heck yeah.
Are you guys going to do that or have them set it up?
We're gonna do it.
Damn. I need to learn how to do that. I got to do one in my garage.
It's really not hard.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
super
if you
easy.
get the new ones.
DIY kits.
Yeah, the DIY ones are really easy to deal with.
I need one that's really good for cooling too, or heating as well.
That's true. Yeah, you just look at the BTUs for the cooling and the heating. And the trick with yours is you gotta make sure that it can handle when it's really cold.
Yeah, yes.
Because like some
Exactly.
of them only work down to like 20 degrees or something like that. You want one that works to like negative something because otherwise
And they have them. At least some are
Yeah.
listed as that.
Yeah.
And I'll go for those. I don't know how efficient they are at that temp, but
They're
We'll see.
they basically have a like electric coil heater that heats the condensing unit so that it can still function.
yeah,
when
it
it's
well, that's
defrosts
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it got cold last winter, I was noticing that because basically it's a heat pump, right? And that's what my house heat is a heat pump.
Oh shit.
So you could hear it, like you could hear it when every time it does a defrost cycle, it actually reverses the flow of the
Refrigerant.
refrigerant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it does that, it's loud. You can hear it go whoosh. You'd be like, what the hell was that? Holy crap. My house in the Virgin Islands has 7 mini splits.
I noticed
They have
a
7
lot of the houses in the Caribbean, in the islands, they all use mini split systems.
Yeah. Is it 7 condensers or 7 air handlers?
Yeah, if it's just 7 heads.
Air handlers.
Probably the air handlers.
Yeah.
Because we're putting in 5 condensers.
you need it.
Yeah, the tractor
Well,
is all done.
we got
No.
pretty efficient systems, so they're not going to use a ton of electricity. Hopefully, we'll see.
That's good.
Which brand?
Semville.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
And they
what
were
I
like-
use in my house,
know
in
them.
my garage, in one of my rooms.
Yeah.
I have one of those, and it works
The-
good.
The SEER rating was like 23 or 22, so I was like,
Wow. Yeah. That's
which is
awesome.
really high. And then it was stupid because at first I've been researching it for like 3 weeks, trying to figure out what's the most efficient way to do it, what's the most effective way to do it with our money. And it was cheaper to buy slightly smaller units and more of them than bigger units.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, I guess we'll have more small units than like I was originally like, oh, we'll get like 1 or 2 big units and then have like, multiple air handlers. No.
Oh.
It's cheaper to go with smaller units, and also the big units were less efficient.
Yeah, they are.
Like the bigger the unit, the crappier the SEER rating.
So will you set those all up at right in the same location outside the building, and then
They'll be in the back of the building.
oh, that
And
makes sense.
they'll be pretty much like straight behind where the air handler is.
So basically, you just run power to the condenser unit, and then you have the wires and the lines going to the air handler, and you have like an electrical box next to it. It's pretty easy to do. It's not hard.
And do yours have heat pumps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you can
Yeah,
see-
because that's our heating as well.
you'll need it nowadays.
Yeah. So there's 4 units for the main building, each of them 24,000 BTUs, and then there's one 9,000 BTU unit for the office.
Nice.
That's going to turn that office into a refrigerator.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
That's so overkill for that little office.
it's way overkill, but it's like, hey, you know what? Like, the good news is they're variable, right? So it's not like it only goes at 9,000 BTUs. It can
Right.
go to like,
Right.
you know, whatever.
Oh, I got a sun setting like right behind me.
Did you sell that 458 to the guy I pointed your way? I was hoping that worked out after he said he bought a 458. No.
The 458 actually, we decided that it would be better if it was stock, so we're putting it back to stock. The exhaust, because
Oh.
too many people said I
Okay,
want it,
so-
but I don't want the exhaust, so we're doing that.
Really?
Yeah,
It's too loud.
Yeah.
it's insanely loud.
It is. Yeah.
It's just I mean, I would love it like that, but I can see why people wouldn't, especially
Yeah.
with the low mileage and everything. It's,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't know if that's a first, but it feels like a
Right.
first.
yeah.
Is 101 USD for a Mint 430 too much? That seems way low.
Yeah.
You mean 101,000? Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, that seems really cheap.
Everybody's definition of mint is different, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, here's an interesting throwback. Hey guys, any chance you
Ooh.
can update us on the CNC Motors ripoff, please? I mean, I haven't heard anything in probably a
I
year.
haven't heard anything about that in a while.
Yeah. The last I knew, I sat in on some of the court hearings when they were going through his bankruptcy stuff and some of that crap. And as far as I'm aware, he's still free and still has not been criminally charged.
Jeez.
But I know there was like, I don't know, like 30, 40 plus lawsuits and
Wow.
a ton of defendants on a class action suit or something.
How does that work if he's bankrupt? I mean, they don't get anything, right?
Basically, yeah.
He has no money. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
that's
Yeah, I know, right? The whole thing's insane. Yeah.
I heard he was on the sub.
Okay.
That's amazing.
I
Too
can't-
soon.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Because the memes have been
I know.
very entertaining, but at the same time, people die.
I feel like kind of bad. Like
I feel.
I think people got a little too aggressive too quickly on that.
I feel
Yeah.
bad that people died, but at the same time, it's kind of like if
It was
you're-
that video game controller that gave people permission to just.
It's not even that. It's I hate to say it, but like if you do any sort of extreme thing, extreme sport, extreme whatever, and you die doing that thing, that's a risk. Like if you
I
take
watched a video and the guy said the guy that was the guy that discovered the Titanic in 1985 and did 1,000+ expeditions to the bottom of the ocean or whatever, and he said that was the very first accident they've had since 1960.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really.
Yeah.
I mean, for those crazy of conditions,
Yeah, I thought that sounded crazy, but
because like that's like almost harder to engineer than like space stuff. Because
Yeah.
space stuff, you only lose 1 atmosphere pressure.
Yeah,
So
you
the
don't
pressure-
gain
pressure-
20.
Yeah, the pressure is not that big of a deal. When you go down 4,000 feet, the pressure is like
the
insanity.
Titanic is at 12,000 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's insanely
It's gonna
strong.
crush- yeah.
Yeah. Now you
look-
could do the conspiracy theorist route and say they died. They,
Oh, I haven't heard that one yet.
you never know.
Yeah, no thanks.
Good stuff.
How did I manage to get Clay to do an interview with you? What's the story and all that? I asked him. I asked him through one of the so the guy who originally came to me and said, "Hey, I think CNC Motors is, screwing him." He was sort of friends with Clay, right? And he convinced Clay to do the interview with me.
Hmm.
And it was hilarious because when he was telling me this, he's like, pretty sure I convinced Clay that he should do an interview with you. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, why would he do this? I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm absolutely going to do this, but why is he doing this? And it was interesting because I didn't obviously have the camera recording the entire time, but like, you know, seeing the conversation and stuff before and after it was recording was,
I can only imagine.
yeah, it was ludicrous. That whole incident was just so bizarre, such a strange moment in my life, and stressful. Like I don't think people understood how stressful and depressing it was to have every single day of my life for what, like 3 months consisted of just getting phone calls and emails all day long of people saying I'm out hundreds of thousands of dollars, or I lost my car, or whatever. And like really sad stuff like, oh, I was selling my car to pay for my kids' college and now I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And just terrible shit.
Yeah, all that shit has to weigh on you. Like,
yeah, and they're all like, you gotta help me, and I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. Like, what am I?
They're desperate and have tried everything else.
Yeah.
So I'd probably do the same thing.
And it was just, I mean, I still get occasional emails from people saying, "Oh, I saw your video about CNC Motors. I'm another victim," and even not even just that, but other videos that we did, like about what's that other dealership?
Cario.
Yeah.
Yes. God.
We still get Cario emails probably every other week or two of someone saying, "Oh, I got hosed."
We had
by
one
Cario."
recently that said I got scammed by them.
And then they're all, and the thing is, every single time, like, "Oh, please do a video about this or tell my story." And I'm like, dude, no, like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not Vigilante Dan. Like, I'm not.
That would be a good series.
But I mean, I would.
How is he going to dress up? Is the question.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right.
What?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and people thought, well, so the problem was we were able to get back like 3 or 4 cars, but they were the early people. Like the people who first contacted me were the ones who got their cars back or their money back. As soon as like the shit hit the fan, everyone else was screwed, because then the money was gone and the cars were gone. So
yep. Yeah, Cario in Florida.
Yeah, and then he got one of his cars back, I heard. I forgot which one. I think it was the Jaguar, because that was so rare. It was pretty easy to find.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, anyway, that was insane.
I like these costume ideas though.
Dan could look like the Hamburglar if he was dressed up. He could definitely pull that off.
Hell. Noted. I will make horrible suggestions for your Josh costume.
Hey, that's okay.
Oh man. Yeah, Ferrara, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, don't
buy a car.
Yeah,
from them.
stay away from those guys.
They have a 675 LT for $100,000 less than anywhere else in the world. I wonder what's wrong with that car.
Oh boy.
That's the thing. Anytime you look at a car and it's dramatically cheaper than all of the other comparables, there's probably a reason.
Yep. Then you see the logo on the wall behind the car. It says Cario. Next.
There you go.
Yeah, no, dude, it's funny because like, yeah, every time I'm like looking for cars, I'll see like a good deal come up and I'm like, ooh, and I'm like, oh.
Aw.
Well, what's interesting is Cario has tried to sell cars through the auction, but they use a different company to sell them through. But the pictures are at Cario, so we know.
Wow.
It's like they know they have a shitty reputation, but they try to hide it somehow.
They're not doing a very good job, are they? Oh shit.
Yeah, we get emails about them fairly regularly. When that video series came out, we probably got 20 or 30 emails about people who were dealing with that stuff. Nothing compared to CNC. I mean, CNC was literally 100 plus people that we personally know about, and like of those people, I probably personally talked to at least 50 to 75 of them.
Wow.
Like talk to them on the phone, trying to figure out their story. You know, I kind of went like trying to do my best as like a journalist to really try to understand the situation. But that was the most frustrating thing, and I understand this, is I think so many of the people were embarrassed that they wouldn't go on record, and they didn't want their name used, and they wouldn't allow me to put their details. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go public with your information without it being attached to you, because then it's you know, it's some anonymous source that's bullshit that could easily be like discredited, or like it's just my word, like it's just something, you know, I could have just made it up. So like, no, it needs to be attached to people. And that's why we did the few videos we did, is those were the people who actually were willing to talk.
Yep.
Yes, this is probably because another dealer got suckered into buying it at auction and it has problems, and now they can't sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Almost
Steer clear.
guaranteed.
Yes, actually, Dan, is there a specific state that has the worst reputation for supercar dealer
Florida.
scams? Florida. 100%.
Is that just because of the high concentration of supercars?
Well, it's
No,
that. It's that you have a lot of money there. You also have the weather, like hurricanes. There's a lot of flood cars and stuff that you have to worry
And
about. In
they have
Florida.
really loose laws about
Yeah.
dealerships and titling and stuff.
You can, if you're going to wash a title, you do it through Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Fair
100%.
enough.
Every time the car is in Florida, we're like, yeah.
Really?
I do my due diligence if the car's in Florida, for
Yep.
sure. More than I normally would.
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you, Josh, that that refrigerator person, totally a scam.
Oh, was it really?
Oh yeah.
Another
100%.
scam.
100% a scam.
You were right. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I was on the fence.
No, they were. All right. So here, I just want to read so we were looking for a used refrigerator on like Facebook Marketplace, right? So I hit up this person, and like they had a suspiciously cheap refrigerator. It was a 1-year-old Samsung French door refrigerator. It's probably about $3,500 new, and they had it listed for like, I think it was 600.
Yeah, $600.
And so I was like, "Hey, is there anything not working?" And like, oh, and right off the bat, I just want to point this out. So in my conversation,
Oops, I clicked that by accident.
I don't know if it'll focus. Maybe it
It's
will.
backwards.
I know it's backwards, but see the spacing? They put a space
yeah.
between punctuation.
Can't-
Every
Can't see
time,
it.
I'm not even kidding. Every time someone puts a spacing between punctuation, they're either a serial killer
Okay.
or a scammer.
What, you mean like before the period, they'll put a space?
Yes.
Ah,
They put a space before the comma, space before the period.
oh, that rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's like clockwork. Every time we're dealing with the car person and I see that, I'm like,
Wow.
you're either a scammer or you're like a sociopath. Because no one does that. Like something's
Right.
wrong with you. So anyway,
That's just as bad as when I see people, and sorry if you do this, but they put the $sign after the number.
oh yeah,
I can't fucking stand when people do that.
hmm
It drives me nuts.
Nice. People are like, sorry, Dan, space period.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you,
Yeah, I'm just trying to sell my fridge, bro.
when you're dealing with like these cars and whatever, 100%. Anyway, I was like, hey, is there anything not working? They're like, hi, no, sir, everything is working as it should, cooling and freezing, blah, 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 no scratches or dents. I was like, can you do 500 cash? And they're like, I can do 500, commas or space, comma. When could you pick it up? Space question mark.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I could get it tomorrow. About what time? Space question mark. I'm free after 11. Could you send? And I haven't even responded. Could you send $50 to hold it until you do pickup?
Mhm.
That's like the third thing they've said to me.
Wow.
And I'm like, let me check if my buddy can help get it tomorrow at 11. Okay, I can do Cash App or Facebook Pay for the deposit. And so
Unbelievable.
like, they're pushing for a deposit like right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. So I'm like, are others interested? And they're like, yes, but not sure for pickups. And I said, I'll just pay in full at pickup. I'm like, I can get it for tomorrow at 11. My buddy can help me load it. I just need to know where to get it. We said, okay, I'll keep you updated when you can come. And then today I texted them at 11. Are you going to be available to come get it, or for us to come get it? Yes, I should be. Did you want to use Cash App or Facebook Pay? And I said, like I said, I can pay you in cash when I pick it up. I just need the address of where it is. And they said, okay, well, that's not fair to the people who offered to send me a deposit. And then right after that, they left the group and they blocked me.
I
Doesn't get-
love it.
That's-
Doesn't get
so
more
if they
obvious
already
than-
have a deposit, why is this still for sale?
I know.
Right.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So I was
You're
like-
the one that fair to the people who paid deposit.
Can you just
They're
for hell
just
of
trying
it
to get a
report
bunch of
that?
people to send deposits and scam them out of deposits.
Can you just for the hell of it report that?
I tried and they blocked me and they disappeared. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yep, pretty obvious.
Speaking of scammers, whatever happened with our
Yeah.
our 19-year-old kid who had a
Oh,
812?
yeah.
he sent me one or two more messages and then just went away.
Really?
I was sad about that. Yeah, I was really hoping to like lead that one on.
Well, we
God,
didn't
that
tell
was so
everybody because
hilarious.
after the live last time,
Yeah, we did. We
my phone's ringing.
well,
We made a
I-
video of
I
it.
mentioned in the video.
Yeah.
But that was it. After that, it just fizzled out.
Yeah, it just fizzled out.
Mm.
I was hoping for that one. That one was
And I know. And that other guy who flew in bought the Lambo, right?
yes. Yeah, he actually bought it. He talked this he wasn't gonna buy it and talked it down another $5,000 or whatever.
Well, he got a free flight to Austin out of it then. Plus some.
I mean, whatever. The car's gone. That's all
Yeah.
we care. We're like,
Yep.
whatever. We just have to get rid of that damn thing.
Yep.
Which, yeah. So I know Hugh was asking and begging inventory.
Hmm.
I can sum it up in 2 fingers. 430, 458.
Hmm.
There you go. Yeah.
You
Oh,
still gonna sell
actually-
the GT500 if you get an offer?
I mean, if someone offers enough money on the GT500, I'll sell it.
Okay.
I kind of want to like once the shop's done, I want to like put the headers and take it to a drag strip and actually drag race it. But
That'd be fun.
yeah, it's because it's one of those cars where like it's not that much money in the scheme of what we do. So I'm like, whatever, like I'll just hold on to it for a little bit. But yes, if someone comes to me with like, I don't know, like $35,000, I'd be like, okay, take it. It's good enough.
Yep.
But and then we have we still have the BMW, but we're gonna list that on Cars and Bids like in the next, I don't know, probably next week.
it'll
I
probably
should-
go up. It'll probably go up live. I would say probably like mid next week.
Did you send him all that stuff?
I sent him everything. Yeah.
Sweet. I should tell that.
Tell him he can bid on it.
No, I should tell that story about that guy.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So turns out in order of operations from like best buyers to worst buyers of cars that we deal with, the best are Ferrari buyers, which is not what you'd think. You'd think Ferrari buyers are going to be the worst, right? They're going to be pompous assholes or whatever. No, they're easy to deal with as far as customers. They know what they want. They've got their stuff in order. They're generally pretty like savvy people. I mean, I hate to say it, but like if you can afford a couple $100,000 car, you're probably not a dumbass, then like below, I'd
Most
say,
likely.
yeah, most likely. I'd say below that is the McLaren people. Like, no offense.
No, none taken.
Like,
Actually, I have a funny story
I mean-
to add on after that. So
and then below that, I would say the Lamborghini people. Like, they're the worst. But it turns out BMW people are worse than Lamborghini people.
oh no. Where's the Porsche people in that?
Oh, Porsche's got to be worse than BMW.
Wow.
Well, Porsche and BMW are bad in different ways, though.
Okay.
Yeah, different ways, but universally bad. way worse. No, just real quick. No, you didn't miss the 430 video. We're gonna put that out.
I have like half of it filmed, and I'm gonna film the rest of it probably tomorrow or Saturday, and it'll probably come out like I don't know Sunday
or
maybe.
Monday or something.
Yeah.
And I like BMWs too. Actually, hilariously, Josh and I have talked about how much we really like the 650i. Like, it's such a nice car. And
I wouldn't own it personally, but it does everything a car needs to do, and it drives great. And for what it costs, it's like I don't know why somebody doesn't buy it.
Yeah.
I like Corvette buyers.
They're entertaining.
Yeah, they're okay. They're not real picky.
What color is the 430? It's Rosso Corsa. It's actually on our
really
website, but
it's a really good spec.
We don't have many pictures yet. So yeah. So anyway, we've been trying to sell this BMW since we got it on trade. Not very. We haven't really been pushing on it. It's just kind of been there, right? And we've had, I don't know, 3 or 4 people come check it out. So this dude comes to check out. He's like, hey, sends me a message on Facebook. I want to, I'm interested in the BMW. Okay, cool. Offers me some dollar amount that was substantially less than what I was trying to sell it for. And I countered, and he said, okay, I want to come see it. Right. And so I said, okay, we can schedule a test drive or whatever. And so he's like, great, I want to come see it tomorrow. And I said, fine. And he said, I can't come until after work, which, so like, he can't come until like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So I'm like, well, all right, fine. But then I'm not going to drive to the Howard or something like that. I'll just meet him at the new shop because that's much, much closer to my house. So I meet him at the new shop, and he's like classic tire kicker, right? Doesn't really know anything about cars, but is trying to act like he knows things about cars. So he's like, like looking around at things and whatever. And I'm just kind of watching him from a distance, like, okay, sure. And asking a couple questions. And then he's like, okay, like, can we take it for a drive? I'm like, sure. He takes it for like a 30, 40 minute test drive.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just like,
You're in the car with him?
Yeah, we have to be because
Yeah,
our insurance
right,
won't cover the car if we're not in the car. So I'm sitting there like, oh my god, like, and then, like we're almost back at the shop. He's like, oh, I need to go, like, we need to go back onto I need to take on a highway. I'm like,
oh gosh,
fine. So we go on a highway, and he accelerates a couple times, and then he does this weird thing. I didn't tell you about this, Josh. He does this weird thing where he pulled into a parking lot, and he just drives in circles one way like 4 or 5 times, and then he drives in circles the other way a couple times.
All right.
And I'm just like, what the hell are you doing?
that's hilarious.
I was like, okay, cool. If this is your
Testing the turning radius,
that's a procedure, whatever. So we get back to the shop, and he's like, okay. And then he offers $1,000 less than the number that we had already agreed upon. And I'm like, no, I'm not going below the number we said. He's like, well, fine, I'll come up 500 more. And I'm like, that's still not enough. I'm not going below that number. We already had a number. He's like, well, I never agreed upon it. I'm like, I mean, that's the reason you came out here is because you said that number. And he's like, are you willing to lose the deal over $500? I'm like, yes, I am. I'm like, are you willing to have someone come to your work and take away $500 from your paycheck? Because this is what I do for a living. And he was just like, he literally argued for 15 minutes over $500.
Wow.
And you let him stick around longer than I would have. I would have blown him out.
I probably should have. Yeah, and mind you, at this point, I've been with the guy for well over an hour.
Jeez.
And so finally he's like, well, okay, blah, blah. I'm going to go home and think about it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and he's like, seriously, man, $500? I'm like, I don't think you understand that. Like, we have a supercar dealership. This car costs less than the tax on most of the cars we sell. I don't care if I sell this car today or not. Like, I will sit on this car.
And part of it is just like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you were nice and you came out here and everything was cool, I would have said, sure, take it for the 500 less.
Yeah.
But He was not.
Well, and when you already have a number that you agreed upon, and then you start
Yeah.
cheaping
Yeah.
down on that number, my favorite. This is the best part about it, right? And I'm like, dude, this car is already below wholesale, below retail. It is the cheapest car on the market by a lot. And he's like, no, it's not. I can get this cheaper. And I'm like, okay, sure. He's like, look, I'm gonna look it up right now. And I'm like, go ahead. And so he Googles and searches for a 650i M Sport, and they're all $10,000+ more than ours. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. I should probably increase the price of mine, shouldn't I?
Oh shit.
It was hilarious. I was just like, dude, no. And so then he texts me at like 11 o'clock at night, still trying to come down on price. And then he had like this thing, he like got hung up on like the title and stuff. He's like, I need to see the title, and
Your
I
dealership.
didn't, like, and he thought we were like a scam or something. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, first, and he's like, is the title in your name? I'm like, no, we're a dealership. You don't title the cars. Like, we don't title them. We don't register them. Like, that's not how this works. And like, he kept asking dumb questions that were like, this is what happens if you're in a private party sale, not a dealership thing. Like, he was like, I want to register it myself. And I'm like, you can't. We're a dealership. We legally cannot let you take that car and register it yourself. We will get in trouble. We will lose our license. So we can't do that. And he kept trying to get around it or whatever. And then he was all like, well, I don't know, man. Like, you're in this sketchy looking shop and whatever. And
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, dude, I told you this is our new shop. It's in mid construction. So I sent him a picture of VAG where we're licensed out of. And I was like, this is our shop. And it has like 20, like, whoops, like a whole bunch of Ferraris there. He's like, why don't you just take and heavy meat there and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because I didn't want to drive 45 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't want you to waste my time.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you already
God.
wasted an hour of my life plus driving, so an hour and a half.
Yeah. Plus, I have to show you a bunch of supercars that you weren't going to buy either.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
I don't want to have to go walking around and showing you 20 Ferraris and be like, oh yeah, here's a bunch of Ferraris that you're not going to buy.
Oh my God.
So he didn't buy it.
So nope, disappeared, ghosted.
Damn.
So it was funny because as soon as I texted Josh pictures of the conversation, and Josh was like, we're not selling it to that guy. And I'm like, why is that? He's like, because that's the kind of guy who's going to come back in 6 months when that car breaks and try and get a refund.
Yep.
And I was like,
Jesus.
oh, you're right,
Yeah.
man. I'm like, you're right. And every time Josh has said something like that, he's been right. So I'm like, I'm not even questioning it. Josh is right.
Because I've been there and done that multiple
Yeah.
times on BMWs.
So I was like, nope. All right. Send it to Cars and Bids. We're done with this thing.
Oh, I love it.
Brutal.
It's authentic details.
Yep.
He will hook
So-
you up. Tell him we sent you.
Yeah.
Yep. He'll take off 10% if you mention us.
Yeah, the normal guy discount.
Yep.
Yeah, so my story.
I like this question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back.
Well, we were talking about it before. Like you said, McLaren buyers were the second worst or whatever.
Sorry.
Instead of going to Cars and Coffee, I went to the one that was right next to EAG because it's 10 minutes from my house, right?
Oh yeah.
Just for
Is that a Euro charged or something?
no, the car show that was also happening
Oh.
Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, what was it?
Just the
Yeah.
Round Rock Police
Oh, so
car
you
show.
went to one, just not Cars and Coffee.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the Round Rock car show. Okay.
Yeah, because it's close and I could show up for 10 minutes and
I've been to that car show. It's mostly like Corvettes and like
What's it
classic
called?
cars.
Round Rock.
It's just Round Rock something.
yeah, something.
It's the kind of car show where old dudes put trophies in front of their Corvettes and have chairs
And
and
a lawn chair.
a big banner that says
Yep.
how many awards it's won and how much horsepower.
And they have the
engine
binder of it being restored.
Yep.
That's the same thing with the Georgetown, the pistons on the
piston-
square.
yeah.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of. Pistons at the Park or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
I'm
But
both. by the way.
yeah. A realist. They call it a realist.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Huracan Evo there, so I park next to that, and a couple, kids come up, want to talk about the car or whatever. Sure, cool.
Show me the
And-
doors.
Yeah, did that. The one kid's like, "Yeah, I just ordered a 765." And I was like, in the back of my mind, they closed the order books for those. So how'd you order one? And he's super nice. He knows his shit. He's talking all the right things. And then he's like, oh, I not ordered. I bought used. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, makes a little more sense now.
Yeah, it's like,
Where
yeah, it's
is
getting PPF now. It's coming. Oh, and then his dad comes up and confirms the whole story and talks about how he almost bought a 600 LT that was a coupe, not a Spider, but he wanted the Spider. And then he gets in his Huracan Evo and leaves. And I was like, oh, he's not full of shit. Like he's
Oh, so
he knows what he's doing, and he knows of the channel and claims he met either Meg or Allison.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, hopefully Drew's watching. Just
oh, nice.
Hopefully you get
It
your
took
car.
a positive turn. I thought it
Yeah,
was gonna
it's a positive story. But
yeah,
yeah, when
it's
he
gonna be like all the people Dan talks to.
yeah, no, when he first said I ordered a 765, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna, I'm not here to bullshit anyone. Like, yeah, cool.
Positive
Like,
stories aren't funny though.
yeah, right.
That's the funny thing is, for every one shitty story I have, there's 20 positive stories, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just no one wants to hear me talk about the time that some kid was like all happy and got to see the car or whatever. Like that's just, whatever. But
Everybody that says this, I know a lot of.
Oh my
buyers
God,
that say
yes.
that.
yes, every single one of them. It's a one-on-one. Yes. Is your experience that first offers have been the best offers, or has been worth holding cars to get your price? I mean, I think there is definitely something about selling the car in the first week or two. Like
My stance on that has always been, if the offer is fair and we're making close to what we want to make on the car, then we're going to take it.
Yep. Yeah, so like when we push out a new car for sale, like we get a new car, we list it. So long as we're making the margin that we at least have as a minimum, we'll probably take the offer, even if it's like, I don't really like it, but good enough, right? But the problem is, like, obviously, like, people right off the bat, you get the low balls. And the other problem is, like, you have to look at, like, it depends. I guess there is always like the asterisks, right? It depends on the car, depends on the situation. So, like, right now, when we list the 430 and we have the video come out about that, we probably won't take much less than what we're asking, because the 430 market is so strong right now versus like the 458 market's a little bit soft, so
It's cooled down for sure.
it's definitely cooled
The
down.
other thing too is, if you come at us with a lower offer and it's a very simple, like, I'll wire you the money and I'll take the car, then absolutely we're going to do that. If it's like, oh, I have to get financing and I want a PPI and I want it for cheap, then we're probably going to say no.
Yeah, if you got like all these extra hurdles, it definitely, like, I don't want to deal with that.
Just like the housing market.
Yeah.
Still like that, I think.
For better or worse, yep.
Yep. Curious what Hoovy will get at auction for a Z06. Good question. I feel like the hype is already settling down. Yes.
We drove that Z06.
Yeah,
you
we
did.
actually did drive that Z06, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sadly, though, I couldn't rev the shit out of it because it was still below the 500 miles.
Ah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he wouldn't let you drive it very far because he was that close to it too.
Yeah, he was at like 490 something.
Oh, damn.
So I only put like 3 miles on it because I was like, I'm not gonna be that asshole that like goes over 500 for him.
Yeah.
A good 430 with good miles, you're going to probably have to spend at least like 125.
I'd say that's the low end.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
They're even like the nice ones now are in the 140s and 150s.
yeah.
Well, and that rare color he keeps saying, the Rubino whatever, that's the color that 458 I was looking at. That they don't make much of those at all, but I don't think it helps the value of the car. Like,
Yeah,
Some
just
of the-
because
Yeah,
it's rare
that-
doesn't mean it's more valuable.
Right. It has to be a desirable color, which that one's not desirable.
It's not as
Or
desirable.
as desirable.
it's pretty. Yeah. Ruby wine colors.
That color on the McLaren is the color I like, the volcano red.
I
It
like
looks
that on
real
the, like an
similar to that.
F12.
F12 would look good in that color.
I
Yeah,
like
it
that's
would.
my favorite. Or Rosso Mugello is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan, is the dealer's website new? It looks great. No.
No?
You didn't roll over to the new one yet?
Eventually, we're going to try to make it a little better, but that's on the bottom of our list.
It's a GT 500 that I have. It's a 2011. I forget. I think it's 11.
We had a 350 for a little bit. Can you source the 350R? We probably could.
I mean, sure, we could find one, but I mean, the problem about sourcing cars for people is we don't really like doing that because it's like there's too many variables. It's challenging, very, very challenging for
We'll
someone
just
to
put it this way. Yes, we will, but you got to pay up front.
Yes.
Nobody wants to do that. So,
You're looking,
With
Tyler.
signed
huh?
contracts for unrefundable, right?
yeah.
Are you looking, Tyler?
For a
You
car,
mentioned you were
no.
looking at the 765s.
Oh well, yeah, I'm always looking at those. But
It's funny. I stopped looking at the listings because I was just living
yep,
on the listings.
By the way,
before I-
how's your car doing, Gabe?
It's good. No issues.
Nice.
All good.
Have you driven it much?
Oh yeah, I drive it once or twice a week.
Good.
sweet.
Good.
I-
I'm jealous.
Probably. I mean, it put on roughly 1,000. I take it for like an hour or two, once or twice a week.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh
I got
yeah, Matt does have a 350R.
Hmm.
It's a guy that we know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I bought the 650 to be a stepping stone car, and now that I'm at a year with the loan, I could go up, but I still like that car, and it's all sorted now too. So it's like, I
Well,
kinda
the
wanna
problem
enjoy
is if you sell that, what are you going to get for that money?
Right.
You can't
Yeah,
buy it.
nothing.
You can't get a 458 for that.
I mean,
money.
yeah, the problem
No.
is you're going to get 150, 160 for that car, and what else is out there for 150, 160?
Well, you'd have to jump up to the 300s and get a 720 or something.
Yeah. Well,
In
you
the
can
McLaren
actually
world.
get
Yeah.
the
You could go-
720s
you could go
are in the low
600
200s
LT.
now.
Could do 600 LT, but why go to the sports series when you already had a super?
Because, dude, when you drive the 600 LT, it's
True. Yeah,
fucking mind bending.
I don't know. I like the 720,
I like 720.
You haven't driven a 600 LT.
but I drove the 570 and it's too small for me.
And
Yeah.
that's true. The
And
interior
it's the
is
same car.
Mm.
Yeah.
The 570 is just too. I'm too tall for that car.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot how tall.
I
you
like
are.
them. I like them, especially
Yeah.
the Spider. But
Or you do the 675 to have the rare version that will definitely
Yeah.
will not lose money.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Although I don't know, man. After seeing Vic get grenaded,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, don't put a stupid tune on it.
but that's part of the fun.
Right?
I don't know, Tyler. Would you go for a
I
manual
don't know.
car?
I think you spend 200
No.
plus and buy a 720
Yeah.
because you can't get much better than that.
Actually, you know
For
what,
that
Tyler? I have an
P1.
idea.
Uh-oh.
You could get. I've seen
Jump to the
lots,
P1. Yeah.
lots of 48 coupes in the low 200s.
Ooh.
There you go.
Lots of what now?
48 coupes.
Oh, 488. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Does
actually-
Austin tune it?
we
So-
got offered one for like what 220 or something.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
you can find them in the low twos.
but dude, I swear, if you that when we had that black one and it had the tune and the Klein on it, it was just as
epic.
fast as the 720.
Wow. All right.
Dude, and it was epic.
It was cool.
Dude, it
Hmm.
sounded so good too.
We're gonna actually have that car back once the shop is open
Oh,
to
yeah,
finish the
yeah.
carbon fiber on it.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So
I'll
we'll
have to
do
get
a
ride in
review
it.
on. We need to do a full review on that car.
Just work on that promotion, Tyler.
Yeah, right.
I did not see this video. I heard about it.
My boss is
what?
watching. Wink, wink.
Yeah. I honestly I empathize.
Oh, I'm curious to watch this.
I did see that. Yeah.
You're just trying to get away from people.
You're-
Doug DeMuro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Namiro. The problem is sometimes like and granted, obviously I'm not anywhere near as famous as Doug, and I haven't driven anywhere near as famous or like crazy a car as a Carrera GT, but just driving around like Ferraris and whatever, like, normal supercars, there are occasionally very aggressive car spotters.
Yep.
and it's nerve-wracking because I'm like, okay, kid, like who's 19 years old, hanging out of the car with his camera or his cell phone
In a Civic.
in a whatever, driving a Honda Civic way past its limits to keep up with me. The problem I have is I'm like, if I have to swerve or brake hard or whatever, you're going to crash into my very expensive car and I'm going to be extremely pissed.
And he doesn't have insurance to cover that.
Right. And your insurance is not going to cover my shit.
Yep.
So it's going to suck. It's going to be Have you seen the video? And I hate bringing up this because usually other people bring this up. The video of DDE where they were in a rally and a dude in a Charger or some sort of Mopar went right up the ass of that 720.
Yep.
Right after they finished it, it's like one of the first few times of driving it.
Yep.
He's trying to hang with the supercar.
Yep.
The supercar has to brake, and guess what? It's got really good brakes and tires.
Yeah, and a
It's
car
got
twice
really-
its weight can't.
Yeah. And then the Mopar just goes boom and skies. It literally launches in the air off the rear of the car.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what I'm scared of when people are riding my ass.
Yep.
Because they aren't going to stop as fast as I am.
And I
I've had it
believe,
close.
I believe Doug, because he was ducking in between cars to try and get them to go past and not let them, stay with him. But then they'd slow down and stay with him. So it had to be frustrating.
Yeah. And the problem is, like, there's times where I honestly, when I'm driving my car, I just want to drive my car.
Yeah.
I don't want to wave to people. I don't want to say hi. I don't want to granted, there's other times where I'm like in a happy mood or whatever, and I feel like being social. But sometimes I just want to drive. Like, I'm a car guy. Sometimes just driving a car is the excitement, right? Like, and it's hard because when you drive these cars, there is almost always a social aspect of it that someone's going to say something to you or whatever. Or
it sounds bad too. Occasionally I'll be driving one for whatever reason and I actually just forget what I'm driving. Forget I'm in a Ferrari or something.
Yeah.
And you have people yelling at you. I'm like, what are they yelling at? I'm like, oh shit, I'm in a Ferrari.
Yep.
I forgot.
Yep. That's why I prefer coupes with the windows up with strong tint.
Yeah.
Because I can pull up at a light and I'm just gonna crank up the music and I can't hear you. Yep. I do remember the DDE 458 was like the original reason they exploded. What car has gotten the most attention you've driven? 100% the Lamborghini Murcielago.
That Huracan, when I had the Huracan for a couple weeks, I mean, that thing got ridiculous attention. The purple Huracan.
Dude, nothing was as bad as the first orange Mercy we had.
Oh God, yeah.
That
Or
car.
The 720 got a lot of attention too.
I see people taking pictures of 650 all the time.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, they don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah,
Parking?
that too.
Oh, when you're driving.
Yeah, when I'm driving. Like almost every time I come to a stoplight, there's someone behind me with their phone going.
Yeah.
Look, I feel bad for the kid, but this is the problem. Is like they're kids. They don't know better, right? Like they haven't achieved full.
I blame their parents for that.
Well, I mean, they're kids. Their brain hasn't acknowledged that there is an inherent risk in trying to ride the ass of a car that's much more capable than yours. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm becoming the old crotchety dude who's like, slow down, damn kids,
get off my lawn,
get off my lawn.
Yep.
Yeah, the scariest thing when you're driving a very expensive car is you look in your rearview mirror and all you see is a cell phone being held up in front of the driver's face, and they're right on your ass because they're trying to get a close picture. It's just like, oh man.
Yep. Or there's someone in their shitbox that wants to prove that they're fast. Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing. Like, there is a weird phenomenon. I actually wanted to do a video on this, but it's not like a full video topic worthy. But when you're driving a supercar, you set the pace for all the traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Every time, everywhere you drive. If you drive 5 under, everyone drives 5 under. If you drive 20 over, everyone's
Everyone.
driving 20
Yeah.
over.
Guess
Because
what?
they're like,
The
they're not
same
gonna
could
get
be
me.
said if you're driving a ex-cop car.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's like that. Yes. And then the other thing is everyone wants to race you at every stoplight, no matter what.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm sorry, but like who are the cops gonna pull over? You in the minivan or me in the Ferrari?
I like this comment, and I love his name because it makes sense. You know?
What does brain developed even mean? IQ high enough to handle conditional reasoning? Even some adults never get there. Yes, that's very true.
Good stuff.
Any other beer? I'm gonna be back.
Do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it's the BMW bros and the Tesla bros that want to show off for the McLaren, and it's like I don't
Yep.
care.
Do you
Yeah,
go out
nobody-
cruising with other any other supercars, Tyler?
Only if these guys ever have cars or
I'm at that point where I'm looking for some other fast cars to go out and drive with.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
like I've done all my drives alone, which is great, but like I need
It's
some.
fun to go out with other guys.
Yeah, just go out
You
and
know,
play.
yeah, definitely.
Like
Is there
behind us-
any? What's the car scene like out where you're at? I imagine it's probably not crazy, right?
Well, it's not crazy, but there's a lot of supercars. They just they don't come out as much. But you go to car
Yeah.
shows. There's some crazy,
Hmm.
like two big Italian car show events. One in New Hampshire, one in Mass, and like you see a ton of crazy stuff. So they're here. They just you don't
I mean,
see
there's
them
some
quite
there's
as
some
much.
old money up there.
oh
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just thinking about last time, or was the last? Anyway, one of the last few times I drove the Murcielago, I was at a stoplight, and every time you pull up next to a Tesla, they want a drag race, right? And it's like I know I'm going to lose the drag race,
Right.
but I'm going to stay in it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a pussy, right?
Yep.
So they'll drag race up to like the speed limit, and then they let off. So I'm like, fuck you, I'm gonna go to 150 because you can't
Yep.
even get there. So I just stayed in it and just kept going. And I'm like, that's right, bitch. Like they beat me off the line, and then I just go blind, blowing
Yep.
past them. I'm like, what? You don't have enough balls to keep in this thing? Come on.
I did that with a Tesla bro. He took off and got in front of me getting on the Mopac, and then he had to slow down for that corner, like coming off 45 to Mopac, and I just stayed in it and 100 miles an hour. in the corner. Bye.
That's another thing I love doing is like someone like races you or whatever, and then you get to a corner,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I'm gonna do everything I can to not have to touch the brakes.
Yep.
Like, because I'm not gonna be that guy. So I'm gonna just.
I love it when it's a big truck and the body's
Oh,
leaning
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
this, and you're just like, is this guy gonna flip over or what's gonna? the big trucks here just love to try to race.
We
you and
were
drive
Dan
fast
when
and-
we were on a drive. It was a while ago. I don't know if it was Fredericksburg or wherever, but I don't know if you remember. There's this pickup truck that was kind of in front of us, and he was hauling ass, and
Oh, yeah.
somehow he was keeping up, or like just
I
crazy
think
speed.
I remember we were talking about like, damn it, trucks in front of us, and then we're like, well, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
All right then.
they're doing a
wanted
good
to play.
job. That's my favorite. Is like the unexpected car that actually is hauling ass.
Yeah,
Like
you're like, all
like
right.
you're going along, and then like a goddamn. Oh, you know what it was? I was coming back from your house, Josh, taking that back road,
Yeah.
and a Prius pulled out in front of me, and I was like, God damn it! And all of a sudden, they just like stood on it, and they flogged that Prius. I mean, they were flogging it within an inch of its life, and I'm like, hell yeah! So I just stayed right on them, and the whole time, like going through
Nice.
the corners. I mean, that poor thing was like, like rolling way over. You know those poor little tires that are like that thick.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Good
It was
stuff.
awesome. I was like, we came up to the stop, man. Just like, good job.
Nice.
You earned that one, man.
Love it.
I love that.
I dust people going through my neighborhood chicane in my Fusion
Yes.
Hybrid daily.
Love that.
Full
The
send. I
neighborhood
like it.
chicane.
Dude, I used to have do you have one of those corners that's by your house that like you have a goal of like I must go through this corner at least this speed in order to like maintain my like personal whatever, you know, like my goals or whatever.
Yep.
No matter what, even if I'm hauling the trailer, I'm gonna go through that corner at least this speed, even though I know it's gonna be like unsettling everything in the vehicle. I don't care.
I love it. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's the small things in life, you know. This is how you enjoy life. Right? Small stupid things. Oh, speaking of stupid things happening, Meg got a ticket this week.
Oh, congrats,
crap.
Meg.
Yay! Yay! First one since moving to the new home.
Traffic school.
Yeah.
What was it for?
Allison just had to do the traffic school, and it sucks because
What?
they make you sit in front of the computer.
You
and,
can't
like
click away.
next. You can't just like automate it. You have to sit there and let it do
Oh.
it. Yeah, for like 8 hours.
For a ticket?
Yeah, it's like 6 or 8
Yeah.
hours. Yeah.
You do that
Shit.
and you get the ticket dismissed from your record. It doesn't go on your record, so your insurance
Oh.
doesn't go up.
That's
you only
worth
do
it.
one a year.
Yeah.
So what happened
nice.
to the respective wives?
Meg got busted for 68 and a 55,
Huh,
and
What's
she
that? Yeah.
she's doing it.
that
the-
sucks.
Twice she's been pulled over on the road.
Oh,
right
it's out,
in front of her
outside the
house.
house.
Oh, that main road?
Yeah, and I was like, Meg,
Ah.
I'm like,
You need
there
to
are
get her a
cops-
radar detector.
Yeah.
I told her that. And I was like, I would get you one, but you're not going to listen to it. She's like, I would listen to it. I'm like, no, you won't.
That's amazing.
Well, I put one in Allison's car, and every time I get in it, it's disconnected.
Oh,
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
like, I don't want to hear it beep. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's the point of it.
It's like, that's how it helps you not get the. Meg's in her own world, man. She drives fast.
Hey.
Can't, whatever.
That
I'll-
road to your
I'll-
house is so easy to drive fast on, though. So
That road, yeah, you have to. Like,
Yeah.
dude, the problem is it's a 55, and everyone drives like 40, or you get stuck
'Cause
behind a
it's
cement
Georgetown.
truck. Huh?
Because
What's
it's
that?
Georgetown.
They all drive so slow, and so whenever you actually are not being held up by someone slow, you're like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like, you gotta go. I'm going 75. I'm going 80. I don't give a shit because there's literally nothing out here. It's not like you have anything to worry about. Like, what
Mhm.
you're gonna hit grass?
Mhm.
You know?
yeah, how fast were we going after we did the exhaust on the 650?
Oh, I mean,
140?
something.
I don't know.
Sorry. Yeah. So, I mean, whatever. But yeah, it's like the problem is that road. I've seen cops doing speed traps on it all the time.
I'm sure it's only going to get worse.
I always drive the speed
Yeah.
limit on that road because ever since the first time you told me Meg got pulled over, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, speed limit on this road. It's
Well,
just one
and
of those
you know what they
things.
do is the new neighborhood that's being built across the street from mine, they sit right there,
Oh,
right at the top of that
bastards.
hill,
Yeah.
and they shoot you as you're coming up the hill or going down the hill. I was like, you little bastards.
Yep.
Because like there's a perfect little turnoff right there. You can't see them.
Yep.
But the good thing is when they do that, your radar detector picks them up from like 4 miles away. I mean, you're
Yeah.
just like, "Pfft, you ain't got a chance. But if you don't have one, well, then you're screwed.
Well, radar detector with Waze. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody you guys use Waze. Those two things, you're pretty much invisible.
Is
If
that
you
from
pay
just
attention.
other people flagging
Yeah.
the cops there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how.
Well, and I
Yeah,
told
I gotta
Meg,
get
I'm
that.
like,
Hey, Jeff.
when she let me know she got the ticket, I said, Meg, you got to remember, we're not in Austin proper anymore. Like, we're in suburbia hell where
Yeah,
the
it was
cops are
actually
bored.
Yeah.
Like, they
Yeah,
have
there's
nothing
nothing
better
to
to
do.
do. Like, cops in Austin actually have real crime to do and solve and work on. Like, they don't have time for speeding tickets. Out here, like, there's only like two things going on: speeding tickets and domestic abuse because someone's drunk.
Yeah,
Pretty much. Yep.
it's the same
Nailed it.
here. The cops
That's
are
it.
bad. They're like hornets.
Yep.
Just like
Well, they give
bad.
so I'm on the Facebook page for the local PD and whatever, and they give you stats on all of their stuff every month. and it's interesting because like, yeah, the crime here is like not really crime.
Yeah.
Which is great. Which is why I like living out here. I mean, you know,
Yeah, it comes with other challenges like bored cops.
board cops.
Yeah.
To be fair, they were very. Meg said he was really nice. You know, wasn't a dick or anything like that. But of course, he gave her a ticket. And that's the other problem is Meg's already gotten
They gotta-
tickets on a record.
Towards
So
the end of the month, they got to meet their quota.
yeah, I guess it kind of was. Stupid cops. So now she's got to take that training, whatever. She was real slick about it. She like texted me. It's like, hey, just want to let you know that I love you and hope you're having a good day and whatever. And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
oh, that was very sweet. And then all of a sudden she sent me a picture of the cop holding her over. I'm like, what the
Well played, Meg.
I was
Well
like,
played.
okay. I should have known something was up.
Oh shit. Good stuff.
Sneaky.
Good stuff.
I think the ticket's only $220 or something like that. It's not too bad.
More than I was expecting, but
Yeah.
I wish they didn't have points. Like I wouldn't give a crap about the fines,
yeah.
right? Like the fines, whatever. But the points, like the insurance, having the long tail
Mhm.
penalty is what
Mhm.
sucks.
Yep.
I wonder her dash cam probably caught the whole thing.
Ooh. Is it written over it yet?
Probably not, because she doesn't drive that much right now. I mean, I probably could go pull it off the chip.
That'd be funny.
Oh well.
Oh, the plane radar. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, they have those in New Hampshire. The
Really?
markers. Yep.
Forced by
That's such
aircraft.
crap.
I just drove by one the other day.
You just slow down before you hit the second marker
Had
on the
signs.
road.
Right.
Speed measured by aircraft.
Oh, that probably would work, except for like she had Sebastian with him. She said he was just crying and freaking out, and yeah,
And the cop still gives her a ticket.
I
What a
know.
dick.
yeah.
You got to teach him when he gets older to. It's on Facebook. It's probably fake, but you know there's a story of the kid that starts screaming, "It's coming out! It's coming out!" You know,
I
like
saw that
like they're
story.
shitting their pants.
But then the kid
What
was
you-
like just lying, right?
Yeah, the kid was just lying. But it got the cop to get him out of the ticket. So,
Nice. Well, so Texas has a wonderful thing just to show you that it's not actually about safety, it's about raising money. That all you have to do is pay the fine and do a driver safety class, which costs more money, and the ticket gets dismissed.
mhm.
So you still pay the money, but
Oh yeah, they're not going to let you off the hook for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid. We don't have to worry about cops in Illinois because most are leaving the force. That's what's happening in Austin proper is there's hardly any cops now. They're understaffed. Like have you seen the crazy crap about like the long wait times when you call 911 and stuff?
No.
I haven't, no.
Dude, it's crazy. I mean, anyway.
I don't want to get political, but I think it's like that in all of the liberal cities in the country right now. They're having problems with that.
It could be. Oh, would you
They
rather
gotta figure out a solution.
would you rather want a 430, 458, and a 458, or an 812
Interesting.
Superfast?
Oh,
I'd do the 430,
definitely.
458.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd
No,
gate
they're
the 430.
too similar.
Well, that's the
No, you-
challenge in this thing. They're
Yeah.
very similar.
No, the F430 you convert it to a manual and the
Oh,
458.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you do that, then that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
fair. Oh, you can pay extra in Michigan. That's cool.
Jeez. That's pretty good.
I know.
That's pretty good. Which car was that in, Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff's just a little biased.
Yeah.
Oh, crap! We still have some point. Jeff's gonna come out here too.
Oh shit. Yeah. It's gonna be a busy summer, isn't it?
Dude. Yeah. Good lord.
Tired.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Dude, I don't know what it was about yesterday. Yesterday just sucked the life out of me.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it was 118 heat index.
Well, we actually spent all day at EAG yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Both of us did.
Well, that explains it then too.
Doing
Yeah.
Yeah.
physical
Well,
stuff.
It's
Or-
funny because we were both
Customer
joking.
service.
Like, it just sucks the life out of you trying to deal with so many frustrating things. Like, it's just like, oh God, Casey.
Oh, Casey's here. Hey, Casey.
Casey.
Oh, we got to tell that
We
story.
can't. No. We can't tell the
Oh.
story doing it live.
Okay.
That is too good.
Yeah.
Uh
All I can.
oh. Casey, text
Video?
me.
Oh, no.
Have you heard
We'll
about
tell
this?
you after the live, Tyler. It's
We'll tell you
Okay.
after.
You're going to like it.
All right.
Actually, we should definitely discuss it after live because we got to come up with the script.
Ooh,
This,
okay.
this is so good. We're gonna do a dedicated video, and I'm gonna
Yes.
spend money for props.
Fuck yes. All right.
It's another one of those.
I'm in.
It's like one of our lawyer video quality worthy things.
I can imagine where this is headed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be incredible.
Nice.
I mean, without tooting my horn too much. And all I can say is, Meg came up with the idea.
Of course she did.
It's good.
Yeah.
When she has a good idea, it's way better than anything we can come up with. So, yeah.
Love it. All right.
Yeah, actually, I need to place an order with Amazon for the prop.
And I'm going to
can't
get
help you with that.
my kids to do the voices.
Oh
Oh,
man.
dude,
Just keep
yes.
teasing us.
If we give them a script, we could just record their voices.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to come up with a couple characters because, like, yeah, there's definitely, definitely
Alright.
some good stuff there. It's gonna be a totally new concept, nothing we've ever done on our channel before. We'll see if it works.
I can't wait. 12 minutes. All right.
To discuss it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, Hugh, I don't know. Dan, do you want to do more after parties? Do we need like a Patreon, like only the
We should do
the
a
Megs
Patreon and
fans
do that.
members can join or something?
We've done it a few times
Yeah.
where we had like the after party. It's complicated because you start getting so it allows
It
up
is.
to 10 people.
Yeah.
And when you have 10 people trying to talk all at the same time, it gets a little bit wonky.
Yep.
But I will say this. So when the shop is actually done, we're not kidding. We do want to have a grand opening party, and we do want to invite.
Anybody that wants to
Anyone.
come, we're going to.
Yeah.
It's an open invitation.
It's an open event. The only catch will be I was thinking about this, Josh. I think we actually have to have like RSV time slots just because of the parking.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
wonder
I don't-
what we could do.
No
about
street
that.
parking? Can't line the street?
Not really. The street's one lane.
Mm.
Can you talk to the neighbors and park in the field?
I wonder if we could talk to the dudes across the street and be like, "Hey, come have
They
some
have a
free
sign
beer."
that
and-
says that they'll shoot you if you come on the property. I don't think
Well,
there's
yeah, but
friendly.
guys like that
Yeah,
are
just go
really
over to
cool
that
if you
place
get to
across
know
the
them,
street.
though.
Yeah, they like beer too. So
Just
I mean,
get your
actually,
viewers
if we offered
killed.
a beer, they probably would be.
yeah,
We're like,
we
hey,
did that. We did that for the brewery. We needed overflow parking, so we just offered the neighbors across the street like free food and drink for the
I
day.
mean, it
and-
depends what if you drive like a truck, you could just drive up on the grass, and I don't give a shit.
yeah.
So, I mean, the problem is like our driveway is only one lane wide, and it's got steep runoffs.
Yeah. So,
So-
supercars is limited.
If you're driving a sports car of any type, you're limited. I guess also we probably won't have a whole lot of stock in inventory then, so cars can park in the building.
Yeah.
Like certainly like friends could park in the building, but we bought a barbecue.
Ooh, nice.
So
you
Yeah.
get the priorities straight.
oh, I forgot to tell you, I bought a Traeger.
Nice. All right.
They had it on a Father's Day sale, so I was like, all right, yeah.
Heck yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna test it out, break it in this weekend, make a pulled pork,
Nice.
and then I've been watching a bunch of videos about making briskets on it. I'm gonna see if I can do a good brisket.
I've
Sweet.
done like 5 briskets, and it takes some time to. It takes a few to learn exactly how to do
I've-
it right.
I've done like
I've
10
gotta-
briskets,
yeah.
and I've only had like 1 or 2 be really good. The rest are all crap.
I'll let you know what to do. I figured out the secret.
Everybody says
Garen-
that though. Everyone
But
says
this
here's
is-
the secret recipe to make the perfect.
It's not. It has
brisket."
nothing to do with the
Tried
cooker
all of
though. That's
them.
the problem.
It's
So
the temperature.
Okay.
nope.
Mm-hmm.
But then what is it?
It's
Just
the
do
rub.
do it the fucking day before and stick it in an oven for 12 hours at 150, 160. It doesn't matter what temperature you get it to. It doesn't matter whatever. All the fat and collagen will render during that 12-hour hold. That's what all the barbecue restaurants do.
And then
And then you put it in the
Smoke it?
smoker.
No, when it's done. So when it's done from the smoker, whenever you're happy with
You
it,
cook it in the smoker and then you throw it in the oven afterwards.
yep, for at least 12 hours. You do a 12-hour hold.
Interesting.
And
I mean, you could lower the Traeger temperature down to 165.
oh yeah, there. So yeah, do that and just hold it then for 12
Okay,
hours.
so like cook it like 10 hours smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
10
so
to
the
12.
one-
Yeah.
So the one guy I've been watching, he says get it up to 170-ish, then wrap it in
Yeah,
butcher
that's right.
paper.
Yep.
So I bought the butcher paper
Okay.
because I used to wrap in foil, and the foil makes it turn soggy.
Yeah.
So it's just too much liquid, you know. So
Yep.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, Jeff, same thing. In the Yeti's, the same thing. We just hold it at 150 for 12 hours. That's the key.
Jeez.
I swear to God. I did that
Oh,
with when
Goldie,
Steve was
we need
here.
to make a road trip there.
Oh,
they
yeah.
They just got the #1.
Yep.
Did you see the video about it? There's
I
a
haven't watched
YouTube
that
video
yet.
about it. It was like mouth watering. I was like, oh my
Alright.
god, I gotta go there.
All right. I want to, like, somehow hang out with the Chuds guy that's in South Austin.
Who?
It's a YouTube channel, Chuds Barbecue.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
he seems to know his shit. Watch his videos. I'll plug him. He's fucking awesome.
Well, the dude who's like the main his I don't know his name, but he does like the what is it called, like meat church or church?
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Matt, whatever. Yeah.
He's like in
Up in
Texas.
Dallas. Yep.
So you run like
And-
a school,
They have it. Yeah, they have a school.
meat university.
Yeah, something like that. But
He-
he's sponsored by Traeger, so he's
Yeah.
like the official Traeger guy.
Problem with him is don't listen to his temperatures or his times. They're wrong.
Well, you should always go by temperature, not time.
Yeah, but even his temperatures,
What?
they're wrong. That's my
This is
experience.
why I'm doing a pulled pork this weekend.
Yes. Yes.
'Cause you can't screw up pulled pork. It's just
No.
too easy. You just like whatever. You throw it on there. It gets to 195.
I made a pulled pork
Stormtrooper.
for F1 on Sunday.
Oh yeah, I actually when I saw that you said you were gonna do that, that was the only reason I wanted to come. Because
I was kind of hoping some people would show up for that.
I was like, Ferrari's gonna do terrible. I don't want to actually watch the race.
Yeah. The race was kind of boring.
I
But
would have gone, Tyler.
Yep. It was a 10-pound pork butt, and I only have half a pound left.
oh damn,
Yeah.
that's good.
So we had a good time. Valentina's is closed. They moved to Hutto.
What?
Yep. South
They're out
Austin location's
Hutto?
closed. Or Hutto or somewhere east, I forget.
Interesting. You pulled pork somewhere. I mean, I pulled them off as low as like 195, and they're good. But yeah, 200 plus
yeah,
is
mid
really
200s.
when they really liquefy. Yeah. And then you got to let it sit for like at least an hour.
Yeah.
At least.
Very, very true.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do the pulled pork, and then I want to do a brisket and see if I can't not screw up a brisket because
Yep. Do you have beef tallow?
tallow.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'll get you some. If you wrap it with extra tallow, it helps.
Actually, that was one of the things that the dude was doing that I thought was brilliant is all the trimmings.
Yeah.
He puts that in a pan.
Yeah.
And throws that in there with it, and it just turns into tallow.
Yeah, that's why I have some because I did that. With the,
I was like, that.
I also just got a meat grinder so we can make sausage. So give me your brisket trimmings.
Nice.
Some hardcore meaties
Dude,
over here.
you actually you're gonna like put in the tube and all that.
Yeah,
Oh
fuck
my
yeah.
God. I want to try that.
Well, it's like why waste all that meat? You're like trimming off 1 pound to 2 pounds off a brisket. Like
Yeah, granted, like it's like 80% fat, but so is sausage.
yeah, so sausage. So
But then you gotta like have sausage seasoning and whatever.
that's easy.
I don't know. Sure. This conversation got really,
I know, really nerdy. All right,
really tasty.
but the audience seems to like it. We got good participation. So
So the problem with aluminum foil, which I agree, you should do aluminum foil for pulled pork.
Yeah.
But I think the reasoning behind don't do aluminum foil on brisket is it makes it so it's soggy.
yeah, it's mushy.
It's mushy.
Just holds the moisture in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ruins your bark.
The bark.
I've heard some people do the foil boat, so you leave the top exposed, so it still stays
so it's
crispy.
still vent.
Yeah,
That could make sense.
I
I've
haven't
done
tried it
that
on-
before.
I've not tried it on
On
a brisket.
That was actually
I'm down for this, Greg.
something we thought about. Josh and I were like, we should have where we do like a drive that starts at our shop.
Oh,
And we go to like some of the
Should we go
barbecue
to Snows?
places.
Snows is good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Where's that?
That's way the fuck
It's
out
out like like kind of towards Hutto, but farther out.
Oh, that's the wrong way.
Like yeah, way out there. It's
I was
really
thinking
good.
like go to Llano.
Snows has this old lady that has been there forever. I don't know if she like owns it or something, but she shows up every day. I think she's in her 80s or something, and she cooks the meat and then she leaves.
Nice.
I went there with my brother, and we waited in line for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
What?
They're in
Yeah.
Lexington.
That's insane.
Lexington.
It's between
Austin.
Cooper.
Giddings and Rockdale.
Oh, Gidding. Okay, out by
That's
Gidding.
way out. Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
way out there.
south. Yeah.
Normal guy barber-tour.
Sure. And we're actually in a cool spot too, because if we go west, we can go to the wineries and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
dude, I still think we should talk to the little brewery downtown Liberty Hill and
That'd be
see
cool.
if we could have a supercar day there.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
Because it's actually a pretty cool little brewery. Their food is really good.
the food's good. It's a really cool. Like they did a good job on the build out and everything. It looks cool.
And they even
inside.
have like a good sized parking lot behind it.
Nice.
Yeah,
So I was thinking like if they could
outdoor
put, like,
patio.
outdoor
That's
patio.
cool.
Of course,
Steve and
the
I went
brewery-
around dripping. I think we talked about it when he was here with cars, and that was fun. Like the 5 different breweries. So
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be fun.
That woman's name, Josh, is Tootsie Tamanets. That's
Tootsie.
the
Yeah, that's her
Tootsie.
name.
Nice.
and they're only open on Saturdays. That's
Yeah.
crazy. 8
One
a.m.
day a
till
week.
sold out.
That's
Wow.
how good it is. Is that
Yeah.
they can
Yeah.
afford to only be open
That
one
explains
day.
the line. People must
Dude,
line
the
up on Friday
line
night.
the line was probably half a mile long.
It's probably a
That's
Friday
seriously
night thing, right?
fucking
People show up
ridiculous.
at Friday night,
Ridiculous.
probably drink,
Probably.
camp out.
Wow.
We got there pretty early, and we were way far back in the line.
Jeez.
That would suck
Leroy and
to go
Lewis
and
just
not
got
get it.
on top 50 list too, and they're just off
Who did?
Congress. So
Is Franklin still in the top 50?
I don't know.
Who got top 50, Tyler?
Leroy and Lewis.
Huh.
They're like a truck that of like
Okay.
Cosmic. They're in the Cosmic like food truck lot.
I just remember the place on Congress. I don't think it's particularly like well known. It was horrible. Their barbecue, the sauce. You asked for sauce. It was like water.
Ew.
It had no flavor.
If
I think it was more of like a tourist
Yeah,
trap
probably.
type place.
all right,
It's, I mean, Franklin's
I think it
is
was-
still amazing, but I just can't justify sitting in line that long.
I never did. when
I've
I
never
lived
had
there.
it, but
So you can pre-order it.
okay.
That's the way to do it. You pre-order it like a week or two in advance, and then you just go pick it up.
All right.
Super easy. So anyway, it's 9:30. We'll call it good.
Make everyone hungry and then cut it off.
I know, dude. No, dude. Oh, yeah, that sounds so good.
Right?
We got to try that barbecue place right around the corner from us, Josh. But you're not eating meat
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I gotta change that soon, I think.
Before car week, at least.
Oops.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate everyone for coming and staying. And yes, we'll have. I don't have a video edited for tomorrow yet, so I guess we'll have a video on Saturday. I need to edit it tomorrow. I'm so behind. Well, too bad. We'll see you soon.
All right. See ya.
Later.
Night.